Someone thought reading Song of Achilles at the beach was a good idea.
Ela mora no meu peito e eu moro vizinho a ela. E eu fico desse jeito, pensando nos beijos e nos carinhos dela. Ela mora no meu peito e eu moro vizinho a ela. E eu fico desse jeito, pensando nos beijos e nos carinhos dela. Ela mora no meu peito e eu moro vizinho a ela. Fico desse jeito, pensando nos beijos e nos carinhos dela.
Fala alguma coisa da aura dela. Beleza, deixa eu ver. É brilhosa? Ela é muito bonita. Ela me deixa confuso. Como alguma coisa enchendo meu peito. Eu sinto falta de ar.
Dela.
Does this look good? It doesn't. No. It's not my best. But everywhere as I look in this room, it's just like mess upon mess upon mess. And I feel ashamed of showing that because I'm Brazilian. I mean, is it the most comfortable of filming situations? Not really. No. Thank you. So, hi, hello, how's it going? It's Lou. Do you perhaps have a name? It's the second time that you show up in my channel, and I have to remind you that you do have a name, and you're supposed to share it with people.
Cecilia, hi.
Okay, hi. So
I don't have a nickname. Like I have, but it's weird saying English.
não, Cissa. Não é esquisito. Cissa. Cissa. Cissa.
Okay, yeah, that.
Anyway, these two cuties are going together on a long-awaited trip to the beach.
So that she can maintain her mental health.
That is a very difficult task that is not going to be maintained solely by a beach trip. But we're gonna vlog the week at the beach. We are going to go to a city called Cabo Frio. Se você é mineiro, ou se você conhece mineiro, você viu isso agora, eu sei que você riu. Mas a gente podia ser pior. A gente podia estar indo pra Guarapari. Veja bem. Então assim, I hate packing because it makes me anxious. And the way that it doesn't make me anxious is when I plan beforehand and I have at least like 2 weeks to wash the clothes that I want to go and separate them and just make everything go smoothly. So did I do that?
No.
Absolutely fucking not. Because, you know. Anyway, this is just the introduction. Have anything else to say?
It's going well. I already lost my ID, but I found it.
You didn't lost your ID. It was with me.
Yeah, but I didn't know for where it was for a while, so it was lost.
Anyway, point is, just take care of your personal documents, children. Don't do the same thing as my sibling does. We are going to vlog the whole experience. We are going to go by bus today, which I don't particularly like. And Mom's gonna meet us by car on Wednesday. One thing that I forgot to add to this interlude, so this is future but not so future Lou doing this interlude, is the reason why my mom, you remember my mom, right? I'm gonna insert a clip of my mom here. My mom lost her appendix. She had appendicitis. I think that's how you pronounce it in English. She had that 2 weeks ago and it got a little infected, so she has an update visit with her doctor on Wednesday. She's gonna go to the visit and then drive to meet us there. But yeah, my mom doesn't have her appendix anymore, which is interesting, I suppose. We have a boat trip prepared for Thursday? I always get Tuesday and Thursday.
I don't know the days of the week anymore.
Well, it's the day after Wednesday. I have a boat trip prepared for the day after Wednesday. And we're going to go, because Cabo Frio is very close to two very cool cities in the area. It's called Região dos Lagos in the state of Rio de Janeiro. You probably know Rio de Janeiro by the city of Rio de Janeiro, which is, you know, the one with, yes, the Christ with, you know, the gang violence, all of that. Which is not as violent as people might like to believe. Anyway, point is, you might know Rio de Janeiro for the city, but in fact, Rio de Janeiro is also a state, and the state has many amazing cities, and this is the first time that we're going to Cabo Frio. Cabo Frio is close to Arraial do Cabo, which is a fisherman's village that is very naturally protected. So it's very, very beautiful there. And it's also close to Armação dos Búzios, which is another fisherman's village that was the favorite of one Brigitte Bardot, the famous French actress. But apparently now she's an anti-vaxxer. So we're just gonna forget about that and just be like, oh my god, I'm in Brigitte Bardot's favorite place. It was so sad that she died mysteriously 5 years ago. We will never say bye. We are going to visit both of those places. We have a lot of cool things planned, but mostly I just want to chill, even though I know that it's kind of impossible. Anyway, I have reading plans for the week. Will I read them? No, but I have plans. I am planning things. I am planning on reading Beach Read because I feel like is fitting. Also People We Meet in Vacation because I also think is fitting. Although I'm not gonna meet anyone in vacation because I'm vacationing with my mom, and that is no.
I cover up for you.
No, dá trabalho. Okay, no. I also have Braiding Sweetgrass, which is a book that Sel told me to read like a long time ago, and I never got the right frame of mind to read it. And The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina, which
Accent was good.
oh, thank you. That was a good. So, people might even think that I speak Spanish, which I absolutely fucking don't. That book Rachel actually told me to read also a while ago, and I never got around to it. And I have a book in Portuguese. While I go pick it up, you can talk about your reading plans for the week.
I'm gonna reread Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I'm going to reread Song of Achilles because that's my personality now.
Wow, that is very book to faves of you.
Yeah.
How original. I have these. Anyway, I have. This is not a very comfortable reading situation. I have 2 books to read, by the way. This is A Vida Não É Útil.
Not useful.
Life is Not Useful, yeah, by Ailton Krenak. Ailton Krenak is an indigenous leader and leadership here in Brazil. He's part of the Krenak ethnic group. The Krenak ethnic group are located along the Paraopeba Basin, and this is extremely important because they were the ones that were significantly affected by the mining dam disaster of 2019, which completely rendered useless their traditional lands and their traditional way of life. And he wrote this after the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, and basically what he's arguing is that we don't have to find a reason for things to happen, because sometimes shitty things happen to people and we just have to deal with it and learn how to build a world that doesn't allow those things to happen with people. Like, we can't have the Catholic understanding that suffering will somehow makes us better. We have to live and build worlds where suffering does not happen, or at least unnecessary suffering does not happen, which is oh, desculpa! Very interesting. And then the second point, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the unnecessary suffering that I put you through. And the second one is Umbandas, Uma História do Brasil. This is a book that is written by a history scholar, a historian, about Umbanda. As the majority of you know, Umbanda is my religion, and this tells this history of Brazil through the perspective of Umbanda. I am so sorry that there is no translation for this, because for what I have read so far, this book is absolutely amazing. And once again, the Brazilian editions are so great. This book is textured. I don't know if you can see it. It's textured. It's really good. Anyway, any more reading updates that you want to give? Oh, I have a book that maybe you'll like. I mean, I didn't like, but it's not that I didn't like. I thought it was.
I was thinking of rereading Art of War again.
Why? This is the Year of the Witching. Maybe you're gonna like it.
Ooh. Is it pretty?
Yeah, this is the Brazilian edition of the Year of the Witching. Again, it was a 3-star read for me, but maybe you'll like it.
Maybe I will like it.
Brazilian dishes. Anyway, any final thoughts?
Hi.
Vai, anda, deixa eu terminar de trabalhar pra gente ir. exactly. Hello.
Sup?
We're waiting for the bus. I'm not sure exactly how much it's going to pick up because it's very noisy here.
It's my first time traveling on bus.
By bus.
By bus.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Hi.
I mean, is it exciting though? Is it exciting? That is questionable. That is
a new
questionable.
thing.
I don't particularly like traveling by bus.
I don't know. I never been.
Do you wanna close your ears so you don't hear what I'm about to say next? Basically, when I was a kid, I saw a bunch of horrific bus accidents going to my mom's birth town. Like, body parts strewn across the highway level of horrific. And so I'm a little traumatized with bus traveling, but it's okay. Nothing has ever happened yet, and I've traveled a lot by bus, and I suppose nothing's going to happen today. Maybe this is ominous, and maybe this is the last thing that people will find, but you know, it's fine, it's fine, it's gonna be okay, okay? Are you okay? Bus is about to go. Forgot to show you guys my shirt. I'm very proud of it. We just got here and I just find my hotel. No joke, this has to be one of the best Airbnbs that I stayed in like a really long time. Like, it's so nice. And it was so cheap too. Like, this is locked. But it was really cheap and it's really nice. Let me show you guys. I'm reading. She's not.
I'm reading, but
It's fan fiction. Not even AO3.
I just wanted to read something shitty today.
Holy crap. Anyway, point is, he makes very interesting reflections in this book, and I think the one that shocked me the most is that when he's talking about how the rich owners of corporations like Elon Musk, like Jeff Bezos, are trying to breach the space and found a new colony that they will live, like the richest and etc. And that this will somehow make Earth feel a barren land. Like, if he questions this perception that if the rich and powerful leave, then Earth will immediately become a place that is inhabitable. Like, they are the ones who need to be here in order to Earth to function properly. And what he says is like, maybe we should let them go. Maybe they should just fucking go. Because once they leave, then the people who are here and are no longer ruled by the corporations can then create a new way of life. This is very interesting. He's very thought-provoking. I really, really like his writing. I don't think this one specifically is translated into English, but his other book, Ideas to Postpone the End of the World, is translated into English, and it's super short, and I highly recommend the read. So, yeah. I know I'm talking a lot about this book, but the thing is, the reason why I bought this in the first place is because he tells a story that is featured in one of my favorite songs. And I was curious about the book and the conclusions that he would draw from that story. And the conclusion that he does is amazing. So basically, in short, the story that he tells is about how the Krenak people in the Minas Gerais region, which is my state, who are indigenous people who are severely affected by the mining that happens in my state. They have this story about the day that the Creator came to Earth. Basically, for the Krenak, the Creator sort of made the humans and then fucked off for somewhere else and went to do something else with his life. And then one day, out of nowhere, he's like, wait, I sort of did those people and I should probably check on them to see what's going on. And then he's like, well, but if they became something worse than what I made them to be, then I should probably check that out too. And so he decides that he won't meet them face to face, but rather will become an anteater and see what their creation is up for. And then the hunters sort of get the anteater and decide to eat the anteater, and then a couple of twins decides to save the anteater, and when they save, the anteater reveals himself to be the Creator. And then they find a way for the Creator to escape and go back to the cosmos where he was. And the kids eventually ask him, like, Grandpa, what did you think of us, our creatures? And the Creator answers, so-so. And the conclusion that he gets and he draws from the story is actually amazing. He says, the idea of the Kanak about the human creature is precarious. Human beings don't have certificates. They can go wrong. This notion that humanity has a destiny is silly. No other animal thinks... Let me flip the page. So he says, no other animal thinks that. The Kanak distrust this human destiny. And this is why we're so attached to the river, to rocks, to plants, and other beings that we feel attuned to. It's important to know who we can associate to in a really existential perspective instead of being convinced that we are all that. That is the point of observation that made me affirm that we are not humanity that we think we are. It's kind of like the following. If we believe that the person who says the rules in this beautiful organism that is Earth are humans, we end up incurring the grave mistake to think that there is a quality of humanity that is special. Well, if this quality existed, we wouldn't be today discussing the indifference of some in relation to the death and destruction of life on the planet. Destroying the river, the forest, the landscape, and ignoring the death of people shows that there is no parameter of quality in humanity. And all of this is just a historical construction that is not confirmed by reality. This book is amazing. I have no words. I had to take a dip on the ocean because, you know, when you roll something in panko,
flour in order for it to get crispy before you deep fry it. That was me. Except in sand. I finished the book. Really interesting. I really wish it would translate. That was unexpected. The book is really good. I wish that they will I hope that they will translate it in English, because I feel like it's a read that everybody needs to have, about how we deal with the planet and how we see our lives in the planet. The main argument of the book is that we should live our lives in a way we try to, or society forces us to live our lives in ways that make our life feel useful. Like, we have to be useful for some way, somehow. And his argument is that that's not it. Like, we don't have to make ourselves useful. There is no reason why. And he uses a really interesting argument that it's kind of serendipitous, because I'm in the ocean. I dive in the ocean, and he says that fish seldom, if ever, try to make the ocean useful. Like, fish don't swim around in the ocean wondering why is the ocean useful, so why should we? And I feel like this is a great perspective to have. But I'm running out of battery, and I finished the book, so I'm going to take a long nap by the shade. And then when it's less hot, we're going to walk home and have dinner, I suppose. But I'm really full. I ate a lot, so yeah. Vou fazer isso em português, porque eu não sei explicar isso em inglês, eu tô cansada. Porque tem um ditado, né, que mineiro não perde praia. E a gente chegou de viagem hoje, morta, não conseguiu dormir direito, etc, etc. Viemos pra praia ficando, tipo, umas 8 horas, ou mais. Então nós vamos ver o forte que tem ali. Vamos voltar pra casa, lavar a cabeça e ficar de boa hoje, porque estamos cansadas.
Eu vou chegar lá e acabou.
É, também. So I was supposed to come back home and make an update and talk about the book.
You just woke up.
Exactly. And it's 8:30, and we went to bed. We went to rest at 5. So and we took a 3-hour nap, and we're gonna sleep more. So basically,
I don't regret anything.
Huh?
I don't regret anything.
Well, me neither. Mostly because I'm on timeout, and I can take a nap if I want to. Yeah, look how unfair it is. I actively try to get tan, and my sibling ran from the sun. And, like, this is so fucking unfair. We have the same genetic makeshift. We have the same mom and the same dad. This is so fucking unfair. Anyway. I remember about the book. I just don't have any coherent brain cells to talk about the book. So let's hope that I have better luck tomorrow after I sleep roughly 12 hours.
Yeah, my one brain cell is screaming, the other is just jumping around, and the other is trying to make those two stop, but it just gave up.
You have 3 brain cells?
Yeah.
That's 2 more than I thought that you had.
Yeah, but 2 of them are useless, so... One is jumping, one's screaming. They don't do a lot of work.
Anyway. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow at the beach. Hello everybody. Today we are at Praia do Peru, which is a little long ways from my Airbnb, but it's much chiller. It's like way calmer. There isn't almost anyone at the beach. It's still a little cloudy, but I think it's gonna open up in a little because it's pretty early in the morning. So here's the thing, when you come to a beach in Brazil, you wake up early and you come to the beach early, then you leave about 4, which is...
And then you sleep until 6 in the morning the next day.
Exactly. We slept a lot. We ate a burger and we slept a lot. Look, my cheeks are a little pink.
She's so mad that I got more color in her.
This is so fucking unfair. Like, I just want to have this moment of we have this moment, right, where we talk about, you know, how the Americans were like, well, but the Matagal family is not really that realistic. We're siblings. Same mom, same dad. They try to run away from the sun. I try to get tan, and this is what happened. So if you ever say, oh no, genetics is fair, it isn't. Let's see, it's starting to clear a little on the back. There is another beach nearby called Praia das Conchas. Maybe when we're done here, we might take a walk over there. Tá lá, ó. Tá vendo que tem um caminhozinho? Isso. So, and there's also a natural reserve on the other side. Overall, way chiller beach than the one that we were yesterday. Much calmer, less people, but just as
Cleaner too.
Yeah, cleaner too, but just as beautiful. I have to check if the water is transparent, but by the look of it, I think it is because it looks pretty green from here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over there and take a look. But overall, great beach choice. Tomorrow, mom's coming today. By the way, her doctor let her come despite her not having an appendix. She will be coming. Her appendix will not. I'm not exactly sure where her appendix is, but thoughts and prayers with my mom's appendix at this difficult time.
I think they throw it away, right?
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't know where and how. I don't know how they dispose of organs that they take off. I really don't know how.
They must be like in a little...
Yeah, I
plastic
don't.
thing.
If any
They
doctors,
probably-
I'm gonna ask my doctor friend how they dispose of appendixes. But yeah, mom's coming today, so tomorrow we have a boat trip that I bought.
I'm going to be feeling really fancy.
Exactly, and I bought a really fancy boat trip, so it's gonna be really fun. It's less windy today too, which is way nice.
Good.
But yeah, we're gonna read. I'm gonna chill, and once the sun comes up,
I'm gonna try to get tan.
try to work on my tan again. Since my sibling does not need to do this. Anyway, unfairness. The world's an unfair place. Any messages for the day? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go in the water and chill. Go with the flow.
I'm not sure there's seashells in here, but when we go to the
come
other,
on.
but when we go to the other beach, maybe there will be.
Yeah, because it's called the beaches.
Huh? It's called the shell
Shell beach. Shell beach.
beach of the shells.
Beach of the shell.
This shouldn't supposed to be a tongue twister, but alas, here we are.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. See you guys later. I will have to say though, I did not expect the suicide cult plotline. That was unexpected.
A while Louisa, drinking her caipirinha and reading a book.
And guess what? Guess what? Exactly. Resting. Never thought I'd be able to do that before. While the book is cute, I'm having trouble processing having sex at the site of an abandoned cult. That doesn't sound too good, I feel. Also, I'm kind of drunk. Repeating it really got to my head. Hey!
A wild Louisa in its natural habitat of relaxation. And she's telling me to not film it, but I want to see if she will fall at some point. She didn't. What a bummer. The wild Louisa is getting back to the beach. She looks happy. I want her to fall. She didn't fall. Quê?
Eu tomei caldo.
Tomou? Eu não percebi. Oh, merda. Eu tava filmando na expectativa que eu ia filmar você caindo em algum ponto.
The letters that her dad sent to her, I was almost crying at the beach. I think that would
be something interesting to see.
damn, that was something. That was really something. Lendo Song of Achilles na praia. Por quê? Porque tem gente que não tem amor a Deus. É isso. I just finished beach read and it was super cute. Really super cute. Perfect beach read. I will say that. Yeah. I think I will give it like 3.5 stars. Like, it didn't wow me or anything. It just so
Why is it called beach read?
because it's set on the beach.
Yeah, but why read?
Read? Because there's this thing in the US, because people go to the beach in the US and they read at the beach. They don't just enjoy the beach normally, right? And so you have books that are perfect to be read at the beach, except in Brazil we don't really read at the beach. It's not something that we usually do. We're working on our tans, usually.
Except us. We read a lot.
Yeah, but like, it was something that was not the most comfortable thing to do, and now I'm gonna go get some sun and listen to some music. So yeah, beach read, I'll give it 3.5 stars. It's because it didn't wow me or anything, but it was cute. It was a fun ride. It was really adorable. It was just cute. And although I will say that the cult, having sex at the site of a cult was weird, but other than that, yeah. On the day after Wednesday was the boat trip that I mentioned before, and this was by far the most well-spent money that I think I've ever spent in my entire life. This was so good. Basically, we got to sail a boat that went to 3 different beaches in the city close to Cabo Frio called Arraial do Cabo. It's about a 40-minute drive there. We got there, we boarded the boat, and we got to sail to this place called Ilha do Farol. Let's see if I can do a quick explanation. So this place is called Ilha do Farol. This is a place that belongs to the Brazilian Navy, and there's literally not a soul here. Like, there's an outpost, of the Brazilian Navy, like right there. That's just about it. Like there's no one else. There's also an archaeological site over here.
It's really good.
Of the previous indigenous people of this area. About 2,000 years ago, something like that. Point is, it's a protected site. You can't go there. You need permission to visit or to study if that's the case. But yeah, it's insanely beautiful.
I did my good deed of the beach today.
Yeah.
I saw this on the water.
Yeah, this was awesome. This was the most well-spent money that I have spent in a very fucking long time. This was amazing. So, after we were done with Ilha do Farol, we sailed back to a place called Pontal do Atalaia. This is a place that a lot of people know for how clear the water is. After that, we got to swim a little bit on the open sea. This was close to a beach called Praia do Forno. I could see the beach from the boat, and so once the boat trip was done, we actually hiked a little to the Praia do Forno and spent the rest of the day there. As you can see, the visual walking in there is surreal. This was probably the most surreal experience that I've ever had in a trip. Yeah, I highly recommend.
So, hi. It's not low here. It's her sibling. Hi. I have an update. I touched the forbidden gelatin. I touched a jellyfish. I'm really happy. Feel mom. Hi. My sister's chilling. She has a cocktail in one hand and a beer in the other. I don't know how healthy that is, but that's fine. But that's fine. She's chilling, living her best life. Look at the seagull. Bye.
As some of you probably have imagined, a trip that intense would actually sap me of a lot of my energy, so the next day was spent being really unable to communicate in Portuguese, let alone in English. So I sat at the beach and started reading Braiding Sweetgrass. Oops. Have you ever been so tired that speaking becomes excruciating? Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. I was exhausted. We went to a beach. It was cloudy, then it started raining, and so we went home early, and then I went to a restaurant with my mom. But I read like half of Braiding Sweetgrass. I'm in love with that book. That book is amazing. I'm thinking so many thoughts. I actually did style my hair yesterday, so you can see how long it is. We're currently going to a beach called Praia da Azeda, which means bitter beach, because there was a huge plantation of oranges and citruses over there. Now, specifically, I am at a beach called Praia dos Ossos. This used to be a whaling point when they would debone whales. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but I've never seen a whale being deboned. Or you guys still, I've never seen a whale being deboned. Also, you can clearly see I got a tan. So if you're wondering, wow, this is very brown. Yeah, it's my usual color. My previous color is what happens when you lock me inside the house with no sunlight for 2 years. So now I'm back at my business, as you can see. Wouldn't you believe I'm a woman of color? The water's so clear, even though there's boats. Oh, okay. This beach that I'm in is in Búzios. Armação dos Búzios. This used to be a fisherman's village, but now it's just a fancy point. Actress Brigitte Bardot actually liked this place a lot. My arm's hurting. Actress Brigitte Bardot actually liked this place a whole ton, and I'm just going to pretend that she's dead because she's an anti-vaxxer. So, you know, God have her. It's really pretty. até chovendo.
Quebra tudo! Eita, quebra tudo! Oba! Gostosão!
We actually did go into the historical part of the city of Búzios. It's really cute. There are cobblestone streets and historical buildings and stuff. And I should probably have filmed that, but I was so exhausted and tired that I completely forgot. So here's a picture of my mom pretending to vaccinate the statue of Brigitte Bardot as an apology. Yeah. Hello. Look at it. It's my last day at the beach, and I'm feeling a lot of feelings. Where do we begin? I am more than halfway through. Oi, Manja. I am more than halfway through Braiding Sweetgrass. I absolutely love this book, but I've been thinking a lot of what it means to be American in the sense of the continent, and how much the divisions between the political lines really divide us from feeling a sense of belonging in this place. This used to be a single united place, and now it's divided, and it's like we've lost the common ground. And the more I read Braiding Sweetgrass, I am reminded of a lot of the commonalities that we do experience. I was talking to Sal, who is indigenous from Canada, and I was talking about how in my religion, whenever I come to the sea, and when I walk into the sea, I have to ask for permission. We have a song that we sing to ask for permission to walk into the sea, because the sea, as the majority of you may know, in Yoruba descended religions is the domain, not Yoruba, so this is a long story. In Nigeria, Iyemanja was the Orisha of a specific river, and she was the Orisha of this river. But when it came to the diaspora, my arm's hurting again. When Iyemanja came to the diaspora, the forced diaspora really, she became the Orisha of the seas. And so in Brazil, we always ask for permission to walk into the sea. When you go to a waterfall, we ask permission to Oshun. So there's a lot that we need to ask permission for, and to have a sense of gratitude for the earth and the land. And there are very few places where I feel more connected to the land than by the sea. And it's a lot to think about. I've been thinking about a lot, and I've mostly been thinking about how it's difficult to belong in a place. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been. Brazil, really. It's the most beautiful place. I've seen a lot of places in the world. This is by far the most beautiful place and where I feel most at home. And yet it hurts us so. It's weird. So today's the last day, and I'm already tired, and I am going to spend the day praying, because this is what you do when you spend a week at the beach. You pray and you thank for all that you were given, and you pray that you make a safe return, and you pray that you can always come back, because Iyemanja is nothing if not a mother. And I hope that she looks after me for many, many years to come, no matter where I am. I ended up giving Braiding Sweetgrass 4 out of 5 stars, because even though I really liked the book, there were certain aspects of it that I thought a harsher, or at least a more in-depth critique could be applied. But one thing that really resonated with me was when the author discussed the importance of being connected not only to nature but to the world. As human beings, we're not made to function in isolation, and I think that going to the beach made this extremely clear, in the sense that for 2 years, my room was my entire world. I lived here, I worked here, I slept here, I had fun here, I cried here. I was confined to the 4 walls of my room, and I know how incredibly privileged I was of being able to be safe at home during the pandemic. But the truth is, I was completely isolated of everything that nourished me in a way. And because I felt like it was important for me to be nourished, and I was so thankful that I was finally nourished enough for the next challenges to come, I did also something that she mentions in the book, that is ritual, and using ritual as a way to thank the earth for all that it has given me. So I got a dozen of white flowers and I sent them in the ocean as a thanks to Yemanja for nourishing me and taking care of me, not only for this week, but for looking over me for these last 2 years, because they were difficult and they still are, but I'm sure that she was instrumental in making sure that this too would pass. And after that, we took our things and we hopped onto the car and we went back home, because unfortunately, paid time off doesn't last forever. And unfortunately, things always have to go back to their original state. I have to go back home. I don't belong there, but I'll always come back. I know that.
Damn, I look extremely splotchy. Holy shit. Anyway, be responsible with sunscreen, guys. Don't think that, like me, just because you have half of your DNA coming from people of color, you're somehow exempt from sunburns, because clearly we are not. Hello, I am recording this last update on this vlog because I have 2 things that I want to mention before I sign off for God knows how long at this point, because I don't have a schedule. Oi, my. Are you even Latin American if your mother doesn't interrupt you while you're recording to fix minor nuisances? Yeah, what I was talking about is that I couldn't end this vlog without mentioning 2 main points that I feel I need to address, mostly because of the history of my channel and who I am as a person, as you guys all know. The first thing is that while I was in Cabo Frio this week, the city of Petrópolis, who is also in the state of Rio de Janeiro and is somewhat close to Cabo Frio, was suffering with extreme rains. And this is a mountainous region, but it's a very soft terrain, so there were many landslides. Currently 200 people have died, another 100 are considered missing, but there isn't much hope that they will be found alive. So we're looking at a 300 people death toll at least. And the last time that this happened in Brazil was at a mining dam disaster in Brumadinho, somewhat close to where I live. So my state has been sending firefighters who are trained to deal with mud and stuff, but if you've never seen a death caused by mudslides and mud waves of any sort, I think you should count your blessings because it's one of the most horrifying ways to die. The city of Petropolis has been struggling with this for this past week, and they need a lot of help, especially in what comes to shelter and to food and basic medications. A lot of people lost literally everything alongside the majority of their family, so this is a very delicate situation. You could see the city of Petropolis right at the tail end of my shooting on the road, but we didn't go into the city, obviously, and so I can't show you, and I don't think it's fair to show you the destruction of places just because I wasn't there, I didn't see it. It would be irresponsible of me to just walking there, film people grieving, and make my way back home. And but this was a thing, and this was a thing that happened, so I'm gonna leave links in the description below that you can donate if you can, remembering always that the conversion rate between Brazilian real and US dollar, or even euros or pounds, is very, very disproportionate, so a little goes a very long way, and the people of Petropolis really, really need your help at this moment if you can give it. The second thing, apparently there is a major war going on in Europe as of today. I am recording this update on Thursday, the 24th of February. In normal conditions, I would be preparing myself for Carnival, which was supposed to start this Friday, but not only I am still not having Carnival, still locked inside the house, and still in the middle of a pandemic, now there's a war, which is fun. If you've watched my channel for a while, I think you're pretty much aware that I'm a pacifist and I am against wars at any opportunity. I am not the type of socialist, and I'm not the type of Marxist that thinks that armed conflict is somehow the resolution for any conflict. I despise wars, I abhor wars, I think that no wars are ever justifiable. And when I was talking about the situation in Palestine with Israel, which has not ended, I would like to make it clear that and Israel has also been bombing Syria for the past couple of days also, while all eyes are on Ukraine. I said that you don't need to understand the fine details of a situation to stand up for the people who are being subjected to horrific acts. And this is the case with Ukraine. You don't need to know the finer points and the finer details to understand that war is wrong and the attack on innocent civilians is never justifiable. My heart and my prayers are with Ukrainians and their families at this moment. And as always, I'm going to leave links in the description below so you can educate yourself and donate if possible. I'm not sure that as of now they're needing any sort of aid or donations, but the situation is bound to get worse, and this is not, I try to be positive and say that maybe it won't get that worse, but that's not how it's looking, and things are not looking very up. As humans, we need to stand up for each other, especially humans who don't have any positions of power but have some form of a platform, which is my case. I have a small platform, and I feel like it's only right for me to speak about those issues when they arrive. And I want us all to bear in mind that the wrongs of the United States, and again, I'm Latin American, I'm Brazilian. If there is a person who knows extensively the wrongs of the United States, I'm definitely one of them. But the wrongs of the United States do not right the wrongs of any other imperialist nation trying to assert control over a sovereign nation. This is wrong, and we need to stand up against it, as well as we need to stand up against Israel fucking up the entire Swana region once again, because Israel cannot be stopped anyway. If there are any Ukrainians who watch me, or people who have family in Ukraine, or people in the Eastern Europe who are scared, my DMs are always open. I'm here for you to help as needed. If any of you need to somehow escape and want to go to a place where it's almost certain that things are not going to come here, as long as my president keeps his fucking mouth shut, then you can also hit me up. I can also try to help you that way. We should just support each other, because as I've said before, we must never be indifferent to pain, and I feel like that is the main thing that is keeping me sane. We must never be indifferent to pain, no matter where it comes from, and I hope that we can support each other in those turbulent times. But yeah, this was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look this is ridiculous. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I need to buy new foundations. Like, I lost my makeup with how tan I became. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day.